Hey guys, this is episode 8 of the JS Coaching YouTube channel. My name is Jenny Sherman. I am the owner, founder, and head coach at JS Coaching. If you are new to the channel, welcome. So thrilled that you could join me. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is still a new channel, and I really appreciate you doing all of those things. Today, I'm going to be talking about toxic people. We've all had those types of people in our lives, and if you have never had that type of a person, well, congratulations, you're an anomaly, you're a unicorn. But most of us have had, several toxic people over our lifetimes. We're going to continue to come across them. So today I want to give you 3 actionable steps to take if you have those toxic people, if you're looking to, remove them from your life. How do you do that? What do you do? What does that look like? Where do you even start? So we're going to go ahead and jump in and get started. So, people don't always immediately appear as toxic, right? You get into a relationship, or maybe it's a friendship, maybe it's even a family member, and people seem like they're absolutely amazing, right? And then, how do you know? How do you know that they're toxic? Well, the first step and the first thing that, I want to provide to you is to be able to recognize, step number 1, recognize when somebody is toxic to you. And again, it's not going to be right off the bat always. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you're like, dang, this person is toxic. And if that's the case, great, because, then you can cut them off fairly quickly. But if it's somebody that's been around in your life for a while, maybe it's a year or two, it gets a little trickier. So the first thing is to recognize it. And what does toxic mean? Well, toxic can mean different things to different people, but, maybe they are draining to you. So you spend time with them and you start to realize that, after just a couple hours at a dinner or, in a social interaction, you come home and you're exhausted. You feel like you just, you're not a counselor, you're not a therapist, but you feel like you just basically had a counseling session or a therapy session with this person. You're exhausted every time you spend time with them. It's just a drain. Another thing is maybe they're intimidating to you. And I don't mean intimidating like, you feel a little intimidated around them, but I mean, maybe they are like actually intimidating you. And maybe they're making you feel, somebody can make you feel some way, but maybe the way that you feel when you're around them is just very uncomfortable and their energy is off, and just it's not a good feeling, basically, is what I'm saying. Maybe they're controlling. Maybe it's somebody who's trying to control your life, whether that's a significant other or a friend or a loved one. Maybe they're extremely controlling, and that's who wants to be around that. Maybe there's somebody who wants to play the victim all the time. Everything is just somebody else's fault, and they're just, everything happens to them, and they got fired, and they tell you the story about how it was everything happened to them, and they ended a relationship and everything happened to them. It's victim, victim, victim. So those are some examples of what toxic might look like, and just recognize. Number 1, recognize. So you've decided you maybe want to distance or remove yourself and not have this person in your life anymore. So what do you do? Well, first thing, you make a plan, because maybe this person has been in your life for a while. Maybe it's a family member, like I said, maybe it's a significant other. So make a plan. Are you going to eliminate them, or are you going to continue to have them in your life? There's kind of like two key pathways, if you will. So number 1 would be eliminate. You decide you're going to eliminate them. They're going to be gone. It's not worth the relationship, whatever that happens to be to you. You've decided you want to eliminate them. So you make that plan, whatever that looks like to you, make that clear plan, and then you communicate that. And that is path number 1. Path number 2 is you manage that relationship. And what that involves is setting very, very firm and clear boundaries. Because if you're going to continue to be around somebody like that, excuse me, who has very obviously, been either a drain on you, or is trying to control you, or is always the victim? Do you want to get sucked into those things again and again and again? If you've decided, whether it's that they're a family member, which is most often the case when somebody decides that they don't want to eliminate the person, it's understandable. They have to manage that relationship. You're going to need to set clear boundaries for yourself, for your own sanity, for your own mental well-being. So firm boundaries and communicate those boundaries. You're going to need to lay down the law. And then finally, the third thing is, whatever it is you choose, after you recognize that person, after you make your plan, after you communicate your decision, whatever it is, own that. So don't go back and forth. Don't waffle. Don't, oh, I said that I didn't, want to be friends with you anymore, but, because that person is likely going to reach out again. Don't waffle back and forth. Own whatever it is that you decide to do. If you decide to, separate yourself, own it, and own the feelings that are around that. Own whatever your decision is. So those are the three things: recognize, make a plan, and own it. Hopefully that's been helpful for you, and hopefully, the toxic people in your life are few and far between, and this gives you a little bit of a way to manage those people when they do come up. And I wish you the best. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys soon. If you need any help, feel free to click the link below and schedule some time to talk with me. I'll see you soon.